first I'm chopping up the spinach here. I'm leaving these long canes in there. I'm chopping the spinach too. Okay, so I'll show you. You gotta chop the stems up real fine. This is where the flavor is. This is where the nutrients are. The leaves taste delicious. This is kale. Real fine. I'm not a chef, just a person who tries to eat as healthy as I can. Got in there. See how fine I'm doing that? Really fine. It'll taste good. Voila! Summer greens. And then you put them in the pot. These collard greens were eaten by bugs, so I know a lot of you guys wouldn't eat them, but that's the safest, best food. If your food looks perfect, it's probably full of toxins and poisons in most grocery stores. Or they've had to waste a lot of food because they've thrown all the good food away, meeting the Western aesthetic. But since this is my garden and I grow it, I'm not going to waste my food. Those bugs that ate this food, by them eating this food, they're little creatures, probably cabbage moths, and they're now white butterflies off somewhere living their life. I'm not going to starve because I've got an aesthetic issue. I'm going to chop these big old monster leaves up, and I'm going to eat them. The bigger the leaf, the finer the chop. So with this, we're going to have to triple chop. First, we're going the long way because these are really long, old, tough greens. They've been through the mill, they've survived. And when you eat these old, tough greens, your plant is stronger. When you eat your young, tender leaves, which the plant is relying upon, your plant becomes weaker, which means long-term, the Western aesthetic means that you won't have enough food. This is a garden that the thought behind it is if there was a famine, I'll be able to eat something. That's the aesthetic. Hopefully I'll remember to edit that out, the camera fill. You guys, this is guerrilla gardening here, or guerrilla cooking, either way. Okay, so this is the first chop. If you look, all that length there is one leaf. That's unusual. So we got to chop it the other direction too. It's going to be hard for you to see this, but I'm going to try. Okay. So let's just see what we can do here. Can you see that long leaf there? Got to chop it fine so it's in little bits and pieces. This is not necessary for the young tender greens. This is when you're a cogio gardener and you're trying to eat as much of the food out of your tiny little garden as you possibly can. Or maybe you forage some food and you don't want to, mess with the ecosystem. You just want to get something that was left behind. Tough kaji food. Yeah. Oh, it smells green in here. I can smell the chlorophyll as I'm going into these. These are full of chlorophyll because they've been fighting. I'm telling you, these plants, these leaves are stronger and the medicine in them is stronger. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm just going through and just doing a rough chop in there because in case I missed anything. You see, it's a pretty big piece. This is the third and final chop. Chop, chop, chop. What have we done here? And it's your own food. You'll eat it. That's what you want. Finely chopped grains. I'm not using a food processor. You can, but in a famine, I don't know if we have a food processor that would work. I think a knife would be easier to come by. Or tie it with your hands. Okay. You grab it and smush it into the pot. I'm gonna put some seasonings in here. We got some sprig of thyme, some oregano to give it some good flavor, and my lovely red purple celery. Oh, I love that in all my stews. So I'm gonna chop this up and go. So good. These thyme are like little tree berries. Some people just put them in whole. Got that already there. Now the celery. Oh, the flavor on this celery is, it's amazing. It's like perfuming the room. You have never smelled celery like this celery that survived to summer. The flavor in this celery is stronger than the flavor in my winter celery. This plant found a spot with a little shade and it has not gone to seed yet. I'm so blessed to find this plant. Oh, it's amazing. I'm telling you guys, I could create a perfume from these plants here, and you would love it. This is my dear bay leaf. Yeah. The flavor on this is much stronger than a regular celery, so this is being used as a spice. Giving it the old chopperoni. You need this minced because she's a codgy old bird. You know, she's been in the world for 2 years and she refuses to go to seed. Oh my God, everything I'm cooking today, they're all codgy old birds. This is codgy old bird stew cooked by a codgy old bird. Yeah. But if you want to live to be a codgy old bird, you got to eat the survivors in this world. Those tough, tender things, they haven't had to develop what it takes to survive to be an old goat like myself. They haven't lived to create what it takes to be an old hen surviving several farmers. But these here know what it takes. And they're in the garden surviving and laughing at all the predators still. In fact, they're so strong, predators really don't want to eat them because they're so tough. They're so intense in spice and fight. They fight so hard. That's why they smell like perfume. That stuff in the garden, they go for the weak. These are the strong. They smell strong. And they're going to put all that strong, flavory goodness into the pot. I tell you, if you were not well before you ate this stew here, you're going to be well afterwards. I know what I'm talking about. It's a heel later, and I'm going to do the traditional way. I'm just going to put this beautiful bay leaf, that again smells gorgeous, in my stew pot. Water and coconut oil. Last thing I put in the pot was some old Christmas ham. So that's a chunk of old Christmas ham and 4 garlic cloves. These are caramelized. One of them was sprouting. They will all cook low and slow for 4 hours. Oh, it smells so good in this pot right now. Low and slow for 4 hours, at which point I will see if I need to add a teeny tiny bit of molasses. In fact, I think I'll just go ahead, being an old wives' tale type dish, and put a dash of molasses in this pot. Okay. So I'm adding my grandma's molasses. I haven't been able to find blackstrap, which is the good stuff, but I'm going to put some, you know how they say slow is molasses, so I'm going to have to speed this along, because she's coming. Slow as molasses. You can see it's getting there. Yeah. Maybe I'll have the memory to speed this up. And if not, you guys, just slow down and enjoy a longer life. This stew of vegetables that demanded to exist and survive in the toughest of circumstances. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. Yeah, good stuff. Even more minerals and iron.